Welcome into your Hampton Roads market news update where we talk about all real estate and everything newsworthy of what's going on and trending in Hampton Roads. In today's video, we're going to be breaking it down for April 22nd, 2024, and we're going to talk about our recap of what's going on in the last week with the real estate market, but we're going to start first with the interest rates. So let's go ahead and get directly into that and break it down for you, presenting it to you by Mortgage Daily News. Okay, now when we talk about interest rates on this channel, we're talking about them as averages. We're not talking about it particular to any one situation because credit it's going to play an impact into that. Debt to income ratios and other factors that you have going on in your life will contribute to what interest rate matters to you. Okay, but we're going to talk about these in conservative numbers, just averages, starting with the 30-year fixed rate at 7.44. This is for conventional notes only. 15-year fixed for conventional note as well is about 6.85 on average. Then we're seeing that the FHA is coming in at 6.92 and the 30-year VA is coming in around about 6.94. Now, when it comes to interest rates, what I like to discuss when it talks about interest rates is that, I know we are still living in a world where we're coming fresh off what happened with the pandemic, where you may talk to your relatives, you may talk to your co-workers, you may talk to just anyone that you come across, and you can ask them what their interest rates is that they purchased during that pandemic time frame, anywhere between 2 to 4%. In certain cases, there's even those out there with a 5% rate. And I'm one of those individuals because I did not jump into the fuel fire when it came to the market. And when I decided to actually make that jump into the market actually was starting to just trend towards those higher interest rates as we could not cool inflation. And honestly, I'm okay with my 5% interest rate because I think I got a steal of a home. I do think that we got a lot of home. And I think right now the market has shifted dramatically since I purchased my home in July of 2022. Now, the reason why I bring that up and I use myself as an example is that I don't want you to get frozen by the interest rates. I don't want you to wear your interest rates like a badge of honor either. I don't want you to think about this as something that you got to wait for. And the reason why I bring it to you like that and I'm packaging it in the situation that I am is due to the simple fact that let's just talk about relevancy right here. Lower interest rates, prices to continue to climb higher. I think that stability in the marketplace allows for appreciation in homes to actually happen at a slower rate. But what also happens is that maturity happens in 2, 3, 4, 5 years down the road, where your equity is not exponentially super high, but it's still gradually climbing the way that it needs to. Now, let's talk about it in the other direction. Let's talk about interest rates dramatically come down, like everyone really wants them to. If we see a dramatic increase or decrease from 7.44 on a conventional note to, I would even say 5.5%, the marketplace is going to be bananas. And the reason why I say this is simply to the simple fact I want to preach to it is that we are putting more mortgage applications in. More mortgage applications are going to get approved. More buyers are going to have more bigger spending power. Okay. And that to me is the importance of this whole matter is the spending power. Okay. If we're talking spending power allows for buyers to be competitive. There allows for other people to be in the price points that you may have a slim market of competition to a gigantic market of competition. And then we bring back all the over asking, the price escalations, the sight unseen purchasing, no home inspections. And these things lead to a marketplace that's on fire. Okay. And honestly, from January to March, we were seeing that type of market. And then the interest rates started to get out of control because of inflation. So we're starting to see the tightening of the interest rates. No point in time are we looking at right now immediacy of seeing a pullback on the interest rates from the Fed. So to me, this is still the ideal time to purchase in our marketplace. Well, Craig, I know you're probably asking me, you're a realtor, your job is to sell houses. You will want us to always purchase or sell a home. I I understand in certain situations, there's not going to ever be an ideal time for anyone. But I will tell you, people always move under these requirements all the time. Downsizing, growth of a family, job relocation, death in the family. All these things matter, and people are still experiencing these things each and every day. So to me, if you don't have to move, you don't move. But if you have to buy, you buy. If you have to sell, you sell. If you don't have to buy and you want to continue to rent and you want to continue to pay somebody else's mortgage for them, continue to do those things. I would never tell you not to do those things. I'm here to just let you know interest rates diving means prices get impacted to the uptrend. If you want an opportunity in this market right now to where you can, get something of value that makes sense for you and your family, you want to take the hedge now and purchase and then wait for the opportunity to refinance. And when it comes across, you refinance then. Okay. So that's what I have to talk about today when it comes to mortgage rates. But let's head on over and talk about our last week in the Hampton Roads real estate market, because now we have basically our data that came in from last week. And we're going to talk about mortgage. We're going to talk about how homes sales happened in the last week or so. We'll talk about averages here as we discuss this more and more. So as we look at our averages for the last week, according to our MLS, we had 352 homes sold across the board last week. And on average, that was a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,940 square feet. And it may be almost a half-acre lot in certain cases. And the list price was at $410,000. $776, and then the sold price was around averaging $411,529. Okay, I don't like to talk median. Here's the reason why I don't like to talk median, because we talk median, it doesn't tell you what you really are looking at the average home in our marketplace. It tells you, the highest and the lowest, and you get to the middle, and then you find the median of of those two numbers. This gives you a whole number of, okay, if I'm talking about buying a house in Hampton Roads and I want something equivalent to what's the average of a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,900 square feet, I know I need at least $411,000. Okay. Now, the average time on market is about 30 days. Now, the median days on market is about 14. And in certain cases, depends on, like I always tell every seller that I deal with when I go to list their property, how does your home present itself? Is it in the demanding marketplace, like this situation right here, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,900 square feet or so? Does it actually meet does it hit all the checkpoints that a buyer potentially would want? And does it look good when we put it in photos? And are we pricing it right? And we're going to make sure that it's positioned right in the marketplace. If we do that, this days on market does not matter. You're going to get a buyer immediately, and they're going to show up with cash in pocket, ready to do whatever deal they need to do to get that house off the market in this marketplace that we're living in Hampton Roads right now. Okay. So I just want to make sure we bring this up to you. So comment down below. Leave me your comments on and your questions on anything that you think is related to how you can better position your home in the market in our marketplace in Hampton Roads. Okay. Let's talk about that. So that highlights our interest rates. We've talked about on this Monday already how the market was impacted last week from a sold number perspective. I'm actually interested. I'm going to do this live actually right now, because I'm actually interested to see what our pending sales from the last 30 days looks like. Let's see how that looks, because I really want to see how many houses do we actually have still pending in the last week. So I'm going to do that real quick. We're going to go to the last 30 days, the last month. We'll see how many pending sales we actually have and what's the average of those sales. So pending, we are looking at the same 3-bedroom, 2 baths, 1,900 square feet. And you're seeing pending, we have 1,800 pending transactions for the last month. And the average sold price, the average list price on those, because we don't know the solds just yet because they haven't came out, $423,000 is the average list price of each one of those homes. I'm interested to see how that plays out. Leave me also your thought on what the average sold price will be at the end of April as we close out this month next week. I can't believe we're already done with April. Okay, so now I want to talk to you about news that matters to us in the Hampton Roads market. If you're moving or relocating to this area, you really want to know what is really going on in this marketplace. And if you live here, you really want to know what is some of the things that's going to continue to increase and help you get more value out of your home depending on what community that you live in across the 7 cities. Okay, so I really want to start basically addressing what I love to talk about that, and when it comes to Norfolk, is essentially what is going on with the MacArthur Center and what they're actually planning to do with that center down there. Okay, so we got a little insight last week from the actual public address from the mayor of Norfolk. So let's get into what he actually had to discuss when we was talking about the MacArthur Center and his vision for transforming the MacArthur Center. Okay, so title says it all. New concept for MacArthur Center includes hotel, retail space, former bus station being transformed, Norfolk mayor says. Okay, so let's get into the details of what our mayor Kennedy Alexander of Norfolk shared his vision for the future of MacArthur Center as a mixed-use community anchored by a 400-room military-themed hotel near the end of his State of the City address on Friday. Okay. Alexander encouraged more than 1,200 attendees of the annual event produced by the Hampton Roads Chamber to envision a vibrant destination that celebrates the city's culture, reconnects the city, attracts tourists, and ensures economic vitality. By optimizing existing assets, we aim to solidify Norfolk as the premier hub for businesses, living, hospitality, and tourism, elevating our city's appeal to residents and visitors alike, the mayor said. The concept, here it is. Here we go. The concept includes 518,000 square feet of modern high-rise living for rent or purchase and 47,000 square feet of luxury amenities, he said. Part of the vision is a 2.5-acre pedestrian promenade with more than 172,000 square feet of retail space. He shared site renderings during the presentation. I'll show you that here now. So this is the rendering. What we're talking about. This is the hotel portion here. Okay, hotel portion here. This is the front of the MacArthur Mall where the movie theater and that and the entrance is. Okay, and then parking garage here and all that, and then obviously I'm guessing this will be another portion of the hotel there. Okay, so when asked though if a developer was involved in about the time frame for the project, a Norfolk spokesperson said after the event that more information was not available. So now what matters to me about that importance of that statement to me is that the mayor obviously got these renderings from somewhere. See, so either somebody within the city of Norfolk came up with these renderings themselves, or they are partnering with a developer, but they don't want to release that information yet because they probably haven't put it out for bid. So another developer may have came into the city of Norfolk and met with the mayor and discussed what their vision could be for the city of Norfolk to handle this MacArthur Center project. But we not having that detail just yet leads me to believe that there's other talks behind the scene of where this project may actually move in the direction of. Okay, so now let's talk about other news that they talked about as well at that address. The former Greyhound bus station in the Neon District is also undergoing a transformation into Houndstooth, which is a 200-unit apartment complex with parking garage, gym, recreation room, and rooftop deck. Okay, so another 220 unit apartment complex. That project represents a $35 million capital investment with the creation of more than 300 construction jobs. The Neon District posted on Instagram Friday that the Breeding Company, based in Virginia Beach, is a developer on that project, which will include ground floor retail, live work units, and public areas. Okay. Now, to continue thriving as a vibrant hub of art, culture, and entertainment, the mayor said Scope Arena and the Chrysler Hall Complex, all located in Norfolk. Scope Arena near downtown Norfolk, Chrysler Hall Complex near ODU in Norfolk. Both are more than 50 years old, are due for a transformative renovation. Changes at Scope will include up to 1,500 new seats, diverse food, beverage, club, and dining options, expanded conference and restrooms, interactive technologies, and improved backstage efficiencies. Chrysler Hall will see improved plaza accessibility with ramps, stairs, and street enhancement, expanded lobbies, new seating configuration, stage, sound, lighting, and acoustic upgrades, increased restroom capacity, and expanded food and beverage stations on every level. Now, I think the Chrysler Hall Museum uh, doing these new seating configurations could be impactful as you do concerts, comedy shows, museums, exhibits. All those things matter. So I like the idea of new seating configuration there as well. Alexander said the city also is looking forward to the redevelopment of Military Circle Mall as a dynamic hub bustling with life and vitality centered around community sports, residential, and creative office spaces. As we reimagine our city, let's bridge our past, present, and future converging with history and innovation. All right, so let's talk about that for a second. The military, I just think Norfolk has so many opportunities that they're finally trying to embrace and wrap their arms around on these projects: Military Circle Mall, the MacArthur Center Mall, the Chrysler Museum, and also the Scope Arena. I think all those are impactful to the city, and you want to bring more money into the city. And also, when you're listening to, I think it's ironic. We're talking about Norfolk right now, but we're going to get ready to talk about Virginia Beach here in a second about what they're trying to do. And it makes me believe that this city is now the cities are now starting to understand that they need to drive in more money and more people and more citizens into this area by making a metroplex, making a metropolitan area where you can just find so many things to do continuously. Like, this is what we actually see a lot of demand come from across the 7 cities, where people are relocating from New York, San Diego, LA, Washington State, Florida. When people are moving from these areas and they're coming here, they want to have those same feels that they had in those other cities. And I think 757 is kind of starting to embrace that. I don't think they're embracing it fully just yet. I think I think we're way behind where we should be, but there is a point in time where you have to give people credit and say at least they're considering it. Now, are we making those moves wholeheartedly just yet? Not yet, but at least that's it's conversation that's happening. So as long as this conversation that is happening, I'm okay with that. But I really want to talk to you about Virginia Beach as well too, because there's a new economic director out there. Okay, there's a new economic director out there, and I want to talk about this gentleman and what he's talked about in this article as the Virginia pilot introduced him to all the citizens of Virginia Beach. Charles Rigney is his name. He's the city's new director of economic development, and he got his job and had to automatically go into work mode on the Amazon fulfillment center deal that Virginia Beach had worked out as well too. So you'll see Virginia Beach had just closed a deal with Amazon to build a fulfillment center and delivery station off Dam Neck Road, and Rigney would be the one that head up that implementation. Now, let's talk about what Rigney really got into a lot of details on here, okay? And that's what matters to me the most. He talked about how developers are chomping at the opportunity to redevelop aging hotels at the oceanfront and want the city to chip in. Rigney, who sat down for a wide-ranging interview this month in the Economic Development Boardroom in Town Center, says there are serious developers wanting to invest mega millions of dollars in our resort area. Those guys come to us and say, hey, if we tore these things down and put something new up, can you help us with parking, water, sewer, and the like? Rigney and his team are charged with figuring out which projects will provide the most return on investment. Virginia Beach has a limited amount of developable land left. Maximizing what the city can get out of a site is critical, and that means density and that capital investment and high-paying jobs are priority. Okay, I like the sound of that. I like the sound of that. They also have to gain support of the public and city council. That's important here because Virginia Beach is not afraid to let you know what you can and what you can't do in their city. Okay, so if you don't have the public agreeing with the approval and the support to give you that you need to get some of these projects done, you're not going to get them off the ground. So you can call that old money, you can call that new money, you can call that just community support for things that really matter to them. I mean, we've seen it when it comes to short-term rentals, how big of a deal that is down there. And I just think that this is something else to actually put another feather in the cap on that story. Okay, so a proposal in the early stages to develop the Dairy Queen and 17th Street public park property at the oceanfront could soon be ripe for community engagement. The city bought the land for $12.8 million in 2022. The Virginia pilot first reported in January that former Governor Bob McDonnell and Gerald DeVaris are shopping around an idea about a hotel and parking garage proposal. Now, Rigney says it hasn't really evolved to the point of ready for prime time just yet. The proposal includes maintaining public park space. Rigney says that not 1 square foot of park would go away. It would simply be repurposed in a different scheme. Okay, so this is the proposed rendering here. Okay, I'm gonna take myself off the screen so you can see it. So this is the proposed rendering called the Dreamcatcher Hotel. Maybe that may not be the name of it eventually, but this is what former Governor Bob McDonnell and his partner Jared DeVaris talked about here. Okay, so now as we look at what's going on here, star influence. I like this part here because this is going to talk about Atlantic Park, and it's going to talk about the surf park and how Pharrell is getting more eyeballs. Pharrell Williams, co-producer of the Neptunes, how he's got more people putting eyeballs on Virginia Beach. When Rigney travels, he rarely meets a person who hasn't heard of Virginia Beach. He credits the ongoing development of Atlantic Park for drawing new interest nationally. Award-winning singer and producer Pharrell Williams is a partner in the project to build the surf park, entertainment venue, apartments, offices, and retail in the heart of the resort area. The city is also a partner. It's putting our name on the map, Rigney says, along with the fact that Pharrell, from the days that he grew up here and now leading Louis Vuitton and continuing to speak highly of the beach and wanted to put his reputation and name on something in the water. That's his festival that he does here at Virginia Beach at the oceanfront and Atlantic Park. People are saying, why is he looking at the beach? And then they come here and see it. Rigney supports bringing more festivals to Virginia Beach, promoting action sports and a public park at Rudy Loop. I think those are all important. I think that I think what Rigney is saying is that realistically, we have a lot of people interested in what's going on with the development of the oceanfront, and they want to see it progressively become something of a bigger tourist attraction for Virginia Beach. Which, if it's a bigger tourist attraction, that means that more revenue is coming in. More storefronts are going to be very populated with constituents who needs to spend their money. More money coming into that city means more tax dollars for the city, but then also property values goes up because the city is embracing the community and helping foster bigger development in that community. Now, I think that's going to be a hard sell. I can't wait to see what Rigney really does because and what he's able to pull off from that position, because I just know how Virginia Beach really is when it comes to certain things. And I'm interested to see how they take advantage of it, if they can make things progressively get better, and how we can see what that leads to over time, how much more demand that we see. Virginia Beach is already busy, but it would be greater to see it become even busier over time. Okay, so that's our 2 news articles that I wanted to discuss with you today. We talked about our recap of the Mortgage Daily News interest rates. We talked about how the interest rates are around about 7.4% right now. If you're getting an FHA or conventional loan, FHA or a VA loan, you can see those will be around about 6.9% on average. We talked about how the Norfolk Mayor addressed how they can see the future development of the MacArthur Center coming together. And then also we talked about the economic development that the development director over in Virginia Beach being Chuck Rigney, and how he sees some of people wanting to put a lot more money into the oceanfront with the right proposals and plans in place. They could go forward with those things, but they're just not ready to take off just yet. So what I want from you, comment below. Let me know, what do you think about this format? If you find value in this format, definitely go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Go ahead and hit the like button on this video so that way I know to continue to produce more content like this for you. What I plan on doing and what we're looking to do Monday through Fridays, tune in here with us. We'll be bringing you Hampton Roads real estate news each and every Monday through Friday, because we think that's the matter that the most of the matter that happens for you. You want to know all the information, you want to digest all this, definitely let us know. If you're ever looking for a realtor though, hey, definitely hit us up as well too. We're always here to help you with your real estate needs at any point in time. This is what we do the most, and we love to help what we possibly can. So if you ever want to, if you're thinking about ever buying, selling, or moving to Hampton Roads in any way, whether that's Norfolk, Virginia Beach, Portsmouth, Chesapeake, Suffolk, Hampton, Newport News, we service all locations. If you're looking to move out to this area, definitely give us a call. We'll definitely be able to help you and make sure that you make a smooth move to Hampton Roads. My name is Craig Houston. All my links can be found down below. And I hope that you have a great day. Y'all stay safe. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.